Hey, what's up, y'all? It's a beautiful day out here, and it's a little bit past noon. I'm taking me a little walk down this dirt road. I'm at Bira Beach in Sulawesi Island of Indonesia, and it's a really peaceful place, which is why I'm here. Just peace of mind, nature, and goats. There's so many goats here. There's more goats than actual people here. And since I've been here in Indonesia, which is directly on the equator, I've had just a series of really profound, deep dreams. They've been very clear, very vivid. And I've been writing all of my dreams down. Well, as many as I can write down. Like when I wake up, I have a dream. I try my best to remember them and I write them down. Because in my previous dream video, I kind of mentioned it to you. What I view a dream as. A dream to me is the universe communicating with you. Nature, the heavens, the cosmos communicating with you. So, when I receive communication, I listen. Because to me, everything has meaning. I'm not going to intentionally or purposefully let anything in this life pass me by without learning something and taking something from it. Because I realize that it all matters. Especially when we spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping, and we spend a lot of that sleep time dreaming. So dreams have to be significant. I know they're significant, so I'm paying attention and I'm getting in tune with my dreams. So in this video, what am I going to talk about? In the previous dream video, I talked about where dreams come from, the universe, the cosmos, its communication from the universe, the cosmos, the heavens. But today, we got a goat here. Check out the goat taking a walk. All right, today in this video, I'm going to talk about what happens when we receive that information. What happens within us? Because the information comes from the outside in. Comes from the heavens inside to us. When we receive this information, a lot of things happen. But I'm going to talk about in this video two things that happens. Okay, one thing that happens after we receive the information from the universe, from the heavens, is that the information, upon receiving it, it is filtered by our subconscious. Okay, so why is the information filtered by our subconscious? It's filtered by our subconscious because the information is too complicated. It's far more complicated, far more advanced than we will ever be, than we will ever have the capabilities to understand and break down. So our subconscious has to come in and help us. And what does our subconscious do? It rejects the information that's way too over our heads. Or maybe it stores it for later when we have a better ability to grasp it. But it gets rid of a lot of the really complex information, and it reduces some of these complex pieces of information, and it jam packs this information into symbolism of items within our subconscious. And what do I mean by items within our subconscious? I'm talking about anything that can hold information. For example, any physical thing like an animal, inanimate object, a rock, water, wind. There may be a woman, which doesn't necessarily represent a woman as a human. It could represent like some type of emotion. Or there may be a man, which also represents something else other than just a man. Or there may be a child, or like a male child or female child, which represents something other than just a simple child. Like a lot of us, we look at our dreams and we think, oh, this kid represents a kid. But a kid it's usually not just a child. It's not an actual person. But that's not the focus of this video. I'm not going to talk about dream symbolism. I'm actually going to talk about that in my next dream video, about dream symbolism. Right now I'm talking about what happens when the dream information comes to you. Okay, so your subconscious takes the complex information and breaks it down into easier information that's easier for you to understand. And as you know, a lot of dreams are they seem so strange and so weird, and you're like, my dream didn't make any sense. I dreamed of there was like a horse swimming and then in a spaceship, and it doesn't make sense to you. That's because the tools that you had within your subconscious were too limited for the actual information, actual message that was supposed to be delivered to you. Your subconscious didn't have the proper modules to hold the information. So it used the horse because the horse was the next best thing within your subconscious. So to reiterate again, your subconscious filters the information of your dream by making it simpler and easier for you to understand. And again, oftentimes you still don't understand it, and you have to even analyze, like, for example, the horse. Like, what does this horse mean? And then you have to buy like a dream interpretation book and to figure out what a horse means to most people. And even then, that horse may mean something totally different to you. It may not mean the same thing that it means to most other people. You may be a special case. So a dream, like a dream dictionary, is very generic. You know, everyone has their own interpretations of things. Like even cultural archetypes. Like cultural archetypes are like common meanings that people within a culture share. For example, in my culture, like a cross makes you think about a church, Christianity, or something like this. So if I dream and there's a cross in my dream, I'm gonna think about religion, Christianity, holy, something of this nature. That's an example of an archetype within the dream. And even cultural archetypes, they could be different. Okay, so what else happens when The information comes to us, and it comes to us. We absorb it. Our subconscious does something else. It takes that information and it screens it for the purposes of safety, for safety purposes. And why does it have to screen the information for safety purposes? It's to protect us. Our subconscious's job is to protect us. Because if our subconscious protects us, that basically makes it protect itself, because our subconscious is a part of us. So it has to protect us because we are it. So it's basically protecting itself. And how is it protecting itself? It's protecting itself from excessively negative information, or information that's too overwhelming for you to be able to handle at that point. Your subconscious is only going to allow enough information that you can handle. It's not going to overwhelm you too much. Sometimes it does, but it's gonna protect itself, and it's gonna protect you by not overwhelming you with some crazy information. So even if there's like an important message that you need to know, even if that important message is something life-threatening, your subconscious is going to disguise that information as something lighter, something less worrying, and it's gonna maybe reduce it and kind of hide it a little bit so that you're not overwhelmed by it, because it has to protect you, which ultimately makes it protect itself. And like, why is your subconscious protecting itself? Why, like, what's another reason why it protects itself? And I guess I'll use this Bruce Lipton analogy. Bruce Lipton, he has some pretty good theories, and I'm going to use one of his theories to illustrate my point. Like, if you, like, one thought that you receive can literally hurt you. It can literally debilitate you. It could cripple you. And what do I mean by that? When you think of something negative, something that like brings your spirits down, that message in your brain creates the entire climate of your body, your blood, and that climate sends the messages to all of your cells. And it tells all of your cells to be in defensive mode. We got to be in defensive mode, and we got to prepare for this battle. We got to be strong, and we got to really deal with this. When all of your cells, your whole body is in defensive mode, then it's not in building mode. And if it's not in building mode, it can't do the job that it needs to do to keep you strong and keep you healthy, because everything in your body is constantly building. Like, your skin is shedding every day, you're constantly growing new hair, everything's constantly replacing itself. And if you're in defense mode, all of those processes slow down, and eventually it could lead to illness, and ultimately, if you don't do something about it, it could lead to maybe death. And your subconscious knows this, and its job is to protect itself. So it's going to limit the information that it receives. It's going to limit the information that it receives from the universe. Well, it's not going to limit it, but it's going to give you only the amount that you can handle at that time comfortably enough. So those are two things that happens when you receive information from nature, from the universe. Your subconscious breaks that information down, transforms it to usable information, and it transforms it into safe information. And even then, once this information is transformed, it's still very complex information, and it has to be interpreted. And in this video, I'm not going to talk about dream interpretations. I'll save that for the next dream video. And you have to break that information down even more and figure out what each symbol or each little object, animal, element, whether it be water, fire, every little thing in your dream, they carry meaning. And not just one thing carries one meaning. Each little thing and each characteristic of that thing carries special meaning. Like the fact an animal could mean instincts. The color of the animal has meaning. A woman could represent emotions. It could represent emotional side of us, and like each and everything that you dream about, it, like if you dream about something else, each thing that you dream about is a piece of you. Like you may dream about some horrible person, but that horrible person in your dream is a piece of you. It's a piece of your own psyche. It's you. And you have to figure out what part of you that part of the dream is, and learn like what message your dream is giving you about yourself. Okay, so I'll wrap my video up there. I just wanted to talk about what happens when we receive the dream information from the heavens, from the universe, and what we do with it psychologically, and how we package this information to be used for a dream. In my next video, I'm going to talk about actual dream interpretations. And again, my motivation behind making this video was because I've had so many dreams over the past few weeks, and they've been so vivid, so realistic, and I've been just writing them down and really paying attention to them, and it's been really interesting. Even just this morning, I had the strangest dream. Well, it's not strange. It's strange to me because it didn't really seem to make sense, and I have yet to break it down and analyze it for meaning, which I'll do later. But it was a pretty interesting dream. I don't want to go into it and tell you exactly what it was about, because you'll probably think I'm crazier than you already think I am. But I guess I'll give you a clue about it. A person that I idolized when I was a kid, he was in my dream, and I casually met him, and we were talking, and I was just asking him like a regular question, and he didn't seem like a star at all. We were just talking to one another, and this person is dead now. So it was pretty interesting. But anyways, I'll end here. Thank you so much for watching my video. I love you. I appreciate you. You're amazing. You're incredible. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, browse my channel. If you have any information about your dreams, how you view dreams, what is a dream to you, how dreams have been relevant within your life, please share that information in the comment section below. And thank you again. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Let's stay connected. I'm gone.